Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian Hussar, and I'm going to be talking about my thoughts on last night's Tony Award ceremony, the 2018 Tony Awards. But first, I talk about the Beatles, music, movies, and musical theater. And if you like what you see, please click subscribe somewhere down there. And if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. And I tend to post edited videos on the weekend. During the week, I'm going to try to post unedited stuff here when I can. So my thoughts on last night's Tony Awards ceremony. First off, I just want to say that I have a different experience when I watch the Tonys as opposed to the Oscars or even the Grammys. Don't get me started on the Grammys. The awards I'm interested in are usually not shown on primetime, and primetime is now all about the big awards and big spectacle and big production. Hardly any good musicianship. The Oscars, the Oscars are the Oscars, and you love the stars, you love the actors, but I'm more there for the filmmakers and the performances. We live in a different world now where Hollywood gossip is more common than the artistry that happens in Hollywood, unfortunately. And I'll be talking about that in a later video, definitely. But the Tonys, every time I watch the Tonys and doing community theater myself, even at a Broadway level, there's a sense of community. There's a sense of everybody being a fan of everybody who's there. And that's something that I like. Sarah Bareilles and Josh Groban, I felt, were beautiful, awesome, hilarious, funny as the host. My particular favorite was Sarah Bareilles' take on the Sia song, and I have to sing the song 8 shows a week. It's tough, and she got it. But I want to talk about some of the winners. I was very surprised, but not too surprised as far as Best Musical. I haven't seen these shows, so I really can't comment on them as far as the shows, what the shows are like and what they're not like, because I haven't seen them yet. They haven't made it out to Phoenix, Arizona yet, and I haven't been able to go on a trip to New York yet. But I do have the cast recordings for a number of them, and I have heard the cast recordings. And I really liked the music and the score in the band's visit. Normally, I'm not a fan of these musicals that come from movies, but this was a different case. I liked the music. I liked the story. And I thought the score is probably one of the most original scores in a long time. Probably, I don't want to say since Hamilton, because everybody brings Hamilton up. Hamilton was original. Dear Evan Hansen was original. Great Comet was original. But this was original on another way, bringing in a lot of Mid-Eastern elements into the music. And I was surprised. I thought everybody kind of had their hopes for. I think the popular choices were SpongeBob the Musical and or Mean Girls. You tell me if I'm right or wrong on that. But the band's visit, pretty much it was a near sweep in almost everything that it was nominated for. It even won in the acting categories. Tony Shalhoub, he won for Best Actor in a Musical. I thought it was going to go to Joshua Henry. One thing I was surprised on was I was shocked that Carousel didn't win Best Revival of a Musical. That's the one that I was a big shock on. I liked Once on an Island. I think it was good, but Carousel was getting a lot of raves, actually. So I really thought Carousel had it hands down, but Once on an Island got it, which, as far as Tony Awards, as far as Broadway and live theater, I don't like to say what I don't like and what I don't, because to do live theater is hard. To do a Broadway show is hard. Just imagine you're somebody from, you're doing community theater and you finally audition and you're getting in your first Broadway show. You're excited. Out-of-town tryouts had gone very well. You're set to open on Broadway, and you find out within a month the show's going to be shutting down. It's going to close. That's tough. And every Broadway show has it. I think it was Lin-Manuel Miranda, who said that not every Broadway show makes a profit, even the ones that are big hits. Sometimes it's a hit, it wins the Tony Awards, but they have to close because they can't keep paying people. So I don't like to be negative. I am a bit tired, though, of Disney turning their movies into musicals, just like I'm tired of Disney taking their classic animated films and turning them into, quote, live-action films. That's a different topic, but along the exact same lines. However, I did like the staging that I saw last night on the Tonys of Frozen. I liked the staging quite a bit. So, and a lot of people did tell me that they saw it on Broadway and it was a magical time. So that's minor in the whole scheme of things. But I liked how fast the awards ceremony went. And I liked, every time I watch the Tonys, I just sense everybody is a fan of everybody there. And everybody is rooting for each other. That's one of the things I love about that. People who don't like musicals or plays, it is a community. And every time I watch the Tonys, I like that. So, a bit surprised that the band's visit won as many as it did. No reason to be disappointed. In fact, everybody should be patting themselves on the back because all those shows are going to be running for a while, I believe, especially SpongeBob. I am impressed with what I've seen of the SpongeBob musical. I didn't think I was going to be, because as soon as I heard about it, I was thinking about it's another cartoon show turned into a musical, and it's going to be oversized SpongeBob costumes. No, I like exactly what they did. It's human beings representing the characters on the show. I thought that was a work of genius. And I like the music in it. The music is great. So if that had won, there wouldn't be a reason to be upset. In fact, there isn't a reason to be upset about any of them. On the play side, very happy for Glinda Jackson. I remember when I was younger, and I was a Ken Russell fan because of his film version of The Who's Tommy. And I rented Woman in Love, and I saw her in Ken Russell's adaptation of Woman in Love, D.H. Lawrence's novel. And to see her up there last night, as old as she is, winning this Tony, that's inspiring. That should be inspiring to anybody. Somebody who backed away from acting for a long time and is now doing it again. She's up there and she gets her first Tony after all this time. Bravo. Fun ceremony. No comment on Robert De Niro. That's a different topic that I will not talk about on YouTube. And great show and great award ceremony, and I always say support live theater, if it's at a community level or a national level. That's my take on the Tony Awards. Please leave me a comment below, and again, if you like what you see, please subscribe, and I'll be posting some more unedited videos throughout the week here. And until we meet again.